Quick word of warning, if you're trying to save cash at the moment, don't watch this video. Just pretend like you never saw it. Don't put yourself through the pain of knowing that this pedal exists. But if you are in the market for a truly awesome sounding, all analog, vintage style chorus pedal, then this might just be one of the best modulation pedals I've ever played. Let's check it out. Howdy friends, you're here in the studio with Luke from GuitarIQ.com. In the last video, we were taking a look at the brand new EFP2 spring reverb pedal by Echofix. We had a good old-fashioned spring reverb shootout, so make sure to check out that video if you haven't seen it, links in the description. But a few days after that video launched, Echofix surprised everybody with yet another brand new pedal release. This is the new EFP3 chorus vibrato pedal. The team over at Echofix were good enough to send me one to test out and to demo for you. So in today's video, we're going to put this thing through its paces. But before we chat any more about it, let's just hear this in action. The signal chain for today is my GTRS P800 guitar going into the little pedal board you see in front of you. From here, we're hitting the clean channel on my Series 1 50-watt tube head. And I'm using a kiss of outboard EQ and compression on the way in just to beef up that clean sound a little bit. And everything together with a splash of spring reverb sounds a little like this. Okay, so as promised, just a really lovely sounding analog chorus effect. Now, the controls on the EFP3 are pretty simple. First up, we have the bypass foot switch, which toggles the effect on and off. This second foot switch here switches between the chorus and the vibrato mode. Up here, we have the rate knob, which controls the speed of the modulation. Over here, we have the depth knob, which controls the amount of modulation. Now, a lot of analog chorus pedals would leave things there, but Echofix goes a step further. Up here, they give us an additional control labeled resonance. As we dial this to the left, we get more classic chorus type sounds. As we crank it up to the right, our chorus takes on a more kind of flanger-like quality. It's a really great effect if you're looking for those faux Leslie type sounds. And finally, we have the wave shape. When we dial this knob all the way to the left, we get a really smooth modulation sound. As we crank it up to the right, our modulation becomes a little more jagged and more pronounced. So let's just jump straight to the sound samples. What I'll do is I'll dial in a bunch of different presets you can experiment with using the EFP3, showcasing everything from slow to medium to fast modulation sounds. Then I'll toggle between the chorus and vibrato modes so you can compare them directly back to back using the same settings. And finally, I'll show you what this pedal sounds like when we stack it into some overdrive courtesy of the J-Rocket Audio Design's HRM pedal. I've done a separate video on this pedal and also the J-Rocket power supply up here. If you're interested in checking them out, links in the description. And as always, as we go through the sound samples, if you like what you're hearing, please click on that like button to let me know. And with that, let's take a listen. Okay, so hopefully that was able to showcase what this pedal is capable of. It does everything from those classic modulation sounds to that beautiful, slow, shimmery chorus effect, which is probably my favorite way to dial in this pedal, all the way up to those faux Leslie type sounds that you just heard. And it goes even further into full wacky C6 sound effect type territory, if those are the type of sounds that you're into. A couple of things to note if you're looking at purchasing this pedal. First up, this is just a single input, single output type of pedal. It doesn't give you stereo inputs and outputs. It doesn't do the whole wet dry thing on the output either. Now that's not going to matter for a lot of guitar players, but it's certainly something to keep in mind. And also, I guess it goes without saying, but if you're the type of player that just uses modulation for that one little bit in that one song and you're just looking for a small, inexpensive pedal to stick on your board to do the job, this probably isn't the pedal for you. In my opinion, this is really going after the type of player that loves modulation. It's a premium effect, and as you can imagine, it's priced accordingly. But on the flip side, the build quality on this thing seems absolutely fantastic. The pedal looks really interesting with that great LED display in the middle. And as I hope you'll agree, this thing sounds absolutely incredible. All up, Echofix have been hitting it out of the park lately with these latest two releases, in my opinion. I'm really interested to see what they come up with next. So if you're in the market for a really versatile, all analog, fantastic sounding modulation effect, and you like some of the tones that you heard today, then I would wholeheartedly recommend checking this out. That was my look at the new EFP3 Chorus Vibrato pedal by Echofix. Well, we're almost at the end of the video. Thank you for sticking around. As I mentioned at the start, it's important for me to let you know that this pedal was sent to me to check out and to demo by the team at Echofix, but this was not a paid promotion or a sponsored advertisement. No money's changed hands. All thoughts and opinions are my own as always. If you did like any of the pedals featured in today's video, then be sure to check out the description for more information. If you like this video and you want to see more content like this, then please consider subscribing to the channel to be notified of future uploads. And finally, I'd love you to head over to the website guitariq.com to check out some of the books and other learning resources we have waiting for you over there, covering everything from topics like fretboard memorization to warm-ups and workouts to chord theory and a whole lot more. That is guitariq.com. Well, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.